So the first thing we need to do is figure out what colors we're going to use. Personally, I use Copic markers and we're going to use 3 of them today. We want to start with the lighter shade and then gradually get darker, because if you use a dark color first, you might have a higher chance of making a mistake that you can't fix. So we'll use those. And then we're also going to use 2 yellow Prismacolor markers that are 2 different shades. And then lastly, we're going to use a 10% cool gray Prismacolor marker. So before we start coloring, I'd like to point out a small detail. On top of the image, I have made small pencil marks, and these are to mark where the shades are going to change. For example, the source of light and the shadows. So the first color we're going to use is this blue Copic marker. You have to use the lightest shade first. So let's get a nice layer of color down. So now we're going to move to the middle color blue Copic marker. So now that we have the second coat of color on, we're going to want to go back over with the light blue.
Next, we're going to go over in the dark blue to create some shadows and a sense of depth.
The next step after we finish creating the shadows is to go over with the last 2 previous shades. First with the dark and then with the light. Next, we're going to do her shirt, and basically it's the same process as when you did her hair. Now that we've finished coloring her head and her shirt, we're going to start with the yellow markers. We're going to be coloring her eye and her chest piece right here. And of course, like the other times, we're going to start with the lighter shade first and then the darker shade. Okay, so now for the last step, the grayscale marker. For this step, you want to use this color very sparingly, or else it'll take away from the white balance. So you're going to want to, oops, wrong side. You're going to want to just outline some of the edges where some shadows would be, not completely colored.